A credential is something that is generated by a trusted source and identifies the bearer. Common examples being passports, driving licenses, and identity cards. A PACS credential is digital data that is stored on a device, be it a card, key fob, mobile device, wearable, tag, or sticker. Credentials can also be protected by encryption and historically have been predominantly encoded into plastic cards. Contactless communication between devices and readers is carried out by RFID, NFC, or Bluetooth. The most commonly used card size is ID1, also known as CR80, which is the standard size for credit cards. Physical access control systems collect credential information when devices are presented to readers at entrances. This credential information may be encrypted, and if so, can either be decrypted by the reader or passed to the controller for decryption. Readers are connected to controllers using either the Wiegand or Open Supervised Device Protocol, OSDP. OSDP only requires 2 wires for data transfer, whereas the older Wiegand protocol requires several, the exact number depending on the functionality being used. OSDP can add further encryption to the data transfer. The controller is connected to the PACS head-end server over the Ethernet network. Intelligent controllers can make autonomous decisions on allowing access to individuals when they are regularly updated with access rules by the head-end server. Low-frequency RFID, predominantly using 125 kHz, was first used for single-function cards such as HID procs. High-frequency RFID, using 13.56 MHz, was later introduced for use with cards containing a larger memory, enabling greater functionality, higher levels of security, and faster communication with encryption. Examples of these types of cards are CIOS, iClass, MyFed Desfire EV1, 2, and 3. NFC is a subset of RFID, initially designed for short-range communications for mobile devices, and today is also used in credit cards. Ultra-high frequency RFID, or UHF, in the 860 to 960 MHz band enables longer read ranges which are used for applications such as parking access. Bluetooth operates at 2.4 GHz and is used by mobile phones and tablets. There are 2 main security key types used in most of HID's high-frequency devices. Media keys are used to establish communication between devices and readers. They can be thought of as the key to a house's front door. SIO keys grant access to secure identity objects, or SIOs, within a device's memory. Think of these as rooms in a house where all the internal doors are locked. Individual SIOs contain the actual credentials, which can also be encrypted. HID has several categories of security keys. Standard keys are the default out-of-the-box category, offering maximum card reader compatibility. They are secure and encrypted but are available to all HID customers. Elite keys are available to any HID customers who register for the HID Elite program, which provides each customer with a unique media authentication key. They are sometimes called ICE keys, which is derived from the original program name of iClass Elite. Custom keys are created and managed by customers. Cards can be encoded by HID or the customer using the iClass SE encoder, the desktop version of which is known as the CP1000. The iClass SE encoder can be embedded in HID Fargo printers for combined printing and encoding of cards. The keys themselves can be kept by the customer or stored in HID's secure vault. Key diversification is used to make device authentication and credential transmission more secure. Let's take a card as an example. The card contains a serial number, known as the CSN. It is also encoded with a diversified key, which has been created from the master key and the CSN. The reader contains the master key. When the card is presented to the reader, it transmits its CSN. The reader creates the card-specific diversified key from the master and the received CSN. It then sends a challenge to the card encrypted with a diversified key. The card decrypts the challenge, calculates the appropriate response using the known algorithm, and sends it after encryption with a diversified key back to the reader. The reader evaluates the response and, if correct, will return a randomly generated session key, again encrypted with a diversified key. The session key will then be used to encrypt any further communications, such as sending the access control credential to the reader. Session keys will be different each time the card is presented, making it harder to unencrypt any intercepted communications.